All right, here we go. 1994. We're in the new universe of having expanded the Rockies and the Marlins this year rather than 1993. And I'm managing the Rockies. We're keeping the same East-West format, but we have two wild cards. Doesn't not one from each division. It's just two in the NL, two in the AL. So, however that pans out is how that pans out. You might have three teams from the NL West make the playoffs and one from the East. But we got four teams in the NL, four teams in the AL making the playoffs. Um, we also are keeping the 1992 settings, so we're having no big steroid boom. And because of that, you see higher averages here. You see way better pitching right now. Like ERA's sub 2. Is that in both leagues? That's in both leagues. Randy Johnson on Minnesota. He bounced around. He was on Seattle in 92. So I entered this in 1992 because I didn't want to enter in 93 where the game would have had the Rockies and the Marlins. Entered in 92. Didn't expand the Rockies and the Marlins in 93. We got rid of the strike blemish in 94 and those teams expanded. So that's the direction of this universe. So we expanded in 1994. I did the expansion draft. That's on one of these videos too. And this is the direction the universe is going. So again, a lot of players from 92 have moved around and are on different teams now in 94 than they were in real life. A lot of players. So again, yeah, there was Randy on the Twins. Let's take a look at the um, player rankings. We can see the best players in the game and what teams they're on. So Barry Bonds, best player right now. He's on the Mets. He's hitting 338 with 7 jacks. Again, we're not even 20 games in. So he's having a hot start. Ken Griffey's still with Seattle, hitting over 400, only 1 jack. Frank Thomas still with the White Sox. Edgar Martinez is on Cleveland now. I think they signed him in the offseason, and he had a MVP season in 1992. So he's been solid. Um, got traded or signed. I don't remember what does it say here. Yeah, it was a trade. Apparently, it was a trade. Um, who was he traded for? A couple of young guys, Dave Hansen and Shane Spencer. I think Spencer was a top 100 guy. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, he's got good, according to my scout, which is only an average accuracy. He's got really good ratings here. Um, yeah, maybe Seattle just didn't want to afford him or whatever. But let's go back to all the players. Sosa, center fielder on the Astros. Juan Gone, Texas. Willie Green, Barry Larkin, Cincinnati with two good players. They're not hitting great right now though. John Kruk, Mike Sharperson on the Dodgers. So he is the first best second baseman in the game. Had a good year in 92, hit over 300, and had a better year in 93, hit 326, 399 on base percentage. Piazza, good catcher. Tony Gwynn, they got. He bounced around. He went San Diego to Baltimore. I don't remember if that was a trade or if they signed. The Dodgers did sign him in this offseason, but I forgot if he got traded or what to Baltimore. Let's check. History was traded to Baltimore. Yep, in exchange for Ricky Gutierrez. Yeah, at that trade deadline, there were a lot of trades happening, but he's a stud in this game. Dodgers have had some great young pitching. Jose Guzma, well, he's 31, but they got Pedro Estacio. Um, Pedro Martinez is their closer. He's 22. And they got Kelvin Escobar, good prospect. He's only in single A right now. I did change the minor leagues so that we just have a single A, double A, and triple A. So it's not as crazy, not as many minor leagues going on. Piazza's up there, so Los Angeles, couple good players. Um, Holies, Baerga on Cleveland, Dykstra also on Cleveland. After Philadelphia for a couple years after this universe started in 92. Burnett's a good young outfielder. He's in the top 20 of position players. Was he rookie of the year? No. 92 gold glover and 93 gold glover, though, and was an all-star in 92 and silver slugger. Yeah, I forgot who won it in '92. I haven't played in a while here. We can check, but he probably had a really good argument. Right now, he's off to a real slow start. 73 at bats, hitting under 200. Alomar, Toronto, Ricky Henderson, Minnesota. He's been on them for a couple years and stealing a lot of bags, presumably. Led the league in steals all these years. 92, I guess he only had 25. I mean, 25 and then 35. I say only because, you just would think there's a lot more, especially with the settings not moving on. Like their guys are still stealing a lot and stuff. Um, so yeah, I don't know who led the last year. Let's check who's leading this year, and then we'll come back to these players. So there's Broomfield, one bright spot for the Rockies here. Chuck Carr with 15 so far this year. So he's almost, I mean, we've played not even 20 games, so he's close to one a game. Over here, Lofton with 16, and then Chad Curtis with 12. So definitely guys are going to be getting near 100, like they had back then once in a while. Brady Anderson, Lou Whitaker, Detroit, Olerud with Toronto. Here's the best pitchers. Jose Rio, Pedro Estacio at 24 years old, 70 movement according to my scout. Jason Beret, Smoltz with Atlanta, Clemens on the Mets. He got picked up by them. Aaron Sele, it might be Jason Beer. I was thinking Sele, Beer. I think it's Beer, Jason Beer. Um, Aaron Sele, David Cohn, Mike Mussina. He's on Toronto. He's on Baltimore. Ismael Valdez, a good young pitcher. He's 20 years old on Boston. Fernandez, yeah, the Mets had ridiculous pitching last year. They do again this year. They got Melindo Perez and Sid Fernandez and Roger Clemens. You kidding me? Brett Saberhagen on the Dodgers. Maddox went to Milwaukee. So he was on the Cubs in '92, and I think that was a free agent signing. Yeah, it was. So he didn't get traded. Um, Burkett on San Francisco. Sean Smiley, Darryl Kyle, Wally Whitehurst, another New York Met. They have ridiculous pitching. He's got a 3.08 ERA. What is that? 3 and 6 walks to strikeouts, 3 to 16. Kevin Brown on the Indians, Juan Guzman, and then Jose Guzman on the Dodgers. So Dodgers pretty good pitching. Let's look at the leaders, the team leaders, like who's best in. Now, how do we get to that? Who's best in what categories? I think we go to statistics, team statistics here, right? No, that's now we're just looking at. Okay, here we go. Maybe I want to find rankings. Do I go to sortable stats? That's what I was just on. Maybe that's what I can look at here. View batting stats. Okay, here we go. So let's see like who's best in average. Indians, Tigers, Blue Jays. What about OPS? A little more important. Blue Jays, Indians, Tigers. So those three teams also right up there. Let's check them out. Yeah, Tettleton, Olerud, Alomar. They got their pitching, David Cohn, Mariano Rivera. So that's the Blue Jays. They're number one. Here's the Indians. Lofton, Dykstra, Edgar Martinez. They're just stacked. Carlos Baerga and Tomey. You kidding me? Look at all these guys that are like in the top five or top three of their position. Wow. Let's look at pitching. So we'll go to view pitching stats. Let's look at ERA. So team ERA, Expos, number one. Nabholz, Reuter, these guys are both sub twos. McCaskill is, yeah, I mean, they got, yeah, very good numbers right now. Now, according to the game, the guys aren't that good, but that adjusts as it goes. Like they might get their Brewers. They have Maddox as their number one. A lot of good supporting cast around him as well. And then let's check. There's the Mets. I would have thought they'd be higher in, but we're not even 20 games in. Clemens is the best ranked pitcher in the game right now. Sid Fernandez, Wally Whitehurst, who we saw is good. Ashby, Dennis Martinez, ridiculous pitching staff. by the Mets. Here's the Giants. Let's check them out. Burkett, Chuck Finley, Ben McDonald, David Wells, who they picked up, and Tim Worrell. Okay, yeah, so this is fun. We got a lot of, I haven't checked the game in a while. It's been a couple weeks, but we got a lot of players on different teams. You got a decent idea of who's good, who's not, who's moved around. I'll show you us, the Rockies. Again, we're on a off to a very slow start. Even though batting at home, we're still low in all these offensive categories. Now, I did mess with our ballpark a little bit. So it's not exactly, so it's Coors Field. In real life, it was Mile High until 95. Now, the numbers are just a little bit, they're not way inflated. Triples are, doubles are, average barely. But home runs are down. Home runs are down at this ballpark. So I was wondering why it did that. Like I did this stuff. I did I changed like the dimensions. Then I said auto calc, and it said it factors in altitude and all that kind of stuff. So I would have thought homers would be higher, but maybe it's because it's 1992 and homers were down mainly overall compared. I don't know. I don't know what this is relative to. I guess I would assume it's relative to everybody else in the league. So I would think it should be higher, but it's not. So that's what it is. So we're not going to hit as many jacks. We might hit a lot more triples, extra base hits maybe, just minus the home runs. A couple guys though that are not hitting too bad at the top of my order: Spires, Brewer, Melvin Nieves. I think I just brought. No, Brewer started with me. That's right. We got Chili Davis. I mean, yeah, we're just our pitching is absolutely terrible. I mean, look at this. Like we do have Graham Lloyd, the fifth best reliever in the game, apparently. Um, but yeah, other than that, like these guys are my starters are just bad. But we're kind of rebuilding. Ben Rivera was I thought a good draft pick. Got him from Atlanta. He was a 16 game winner last year, 26 years old. Pretty good ratings according to my scout. I mean, it's an average scout, but I'm going to stick with him. We'll see where we go. Let's start simming out some games here. We're playing the Cubs. We got the Cubs series going on. Can we win? No, we cannot. We're 3-17 now. We've lost 13 straight. So yeah, we started off immediately okay, and then we are 13 in a row. So what were we? We were 3-4 apparently. So this is crazy. Let's check. Spires got a couple hits. Hunley, we got him up. He's a young player. We just have a lot of young players. We got to just ride it out. Spires got caught for his third stealing of the year. And Rick Sutcliffe went the complete game. Gave up 3 runs. I mean, not terrible. We got to hit a little better. He's a 37-year-old that I got on his last year of his contract. Signed him. Thought maybe he would be okay. As my scout got better at scouting him, he's not that great. But he's a former Cy Young winner back in '84. So we're probably not going to ask him back. We're going the rebuild route. I really like Russell Brandon. I mean, look at like according to my very high scout on him, look at his potential. I think he's got to reach higher than a 102 ranked prospect. He's in single A right now, not doing great, not doing bad, but he's still, not even near his potential. So I'm excited about him. He's a good young player. Got him. Was it the first pick in the draft? It was. It was my first pick. Very late in the rounds because expansion teams did not draft first. We drafted last. We also got the lottery in this game. Side note. Finally got a win here against the Phillies, who are doing okay. They were 11-10. Broomfield, I wonder if he's still stealing bags. He was up there. We hit Brian Jordan second this game. Yeah, a lot of bad averages here for us. The Phillies have Vina. He's leading off at 337. Wally Joyner struggling right now. We're not that many games in. There's Rivera. Great to see him do well. 3.93 ERA, brought it way down. Only gave up 1 earned run in 8 innings. Draper came in and blew the save, and then Willie Blair got us the win. We got to Schilling, 3 earned runs in 6 innings. So Schilling's still with the Phillies. We got one more game with them. And another win. We're back on the win wagon, boys. 9-2. So Philly's not a good series for them. They're now 500. We get our 5th win of the year. Rick Reed pitching well. Great control guy. Only 4 walks in 30 innings. Spires with a hit. A lot of guys with multiple hits. Nice. Brewer. I like Brewer. He's a good young. Well, he's 28, but yeah, he's got good contact there. Good contact rating. He's hitting 340. I like Melvin Nieves. I mean, we got some good. He's only 22. He was an expansion pick from Atlanta. I think, I like his ratings. I think he could be good. So we just got to stick with these guys, a lot of them. So Rick Reed, 1 earned run, great job. Jesse Cross coming in to get the save. We beat Jimmy Jones. He's 30 years old for the Phillies. There's Jason Giambi, 23 years old. I don't know if he's a rookie. He had 133 at bats last year. That probably did not qualify. So I'm guessing he is a rookie still. So let's go back to the standings. We'll check out where teams are at. So Phillies fighting for the wild card still. I mean, it's still really early, but they're 1.5 out of that. They're 4 out of first. The Expos 15-7, doing really well. Their best players, they got Moises Alou, they got Walker. Back in the day, yeah, they probably had the best outfield in real life, like in real 94. Yeah, Nabholz. We saw they have a very good statistical rotation right now. Maybe not big names according to the rankings, but guys that are getting it done. Yeah, solid team there. Solid team by the Expos. They got several top 100 prospects as well. Bill Mueller, Dimitri Young. Oops, let's go back here. Mets. Yeah, let's just look at the top leading teams right now. We'll scout teams before we play them. So here's the Astros. They got Bautista hitting 400 leading off, only 37 at bats. But Alan Trammell, he's a big name in this game. They got him at third. Sammy Sosa, best center fielder in the game right now. 9 jacks. I believe that's leading the league. He's almost slugging 700. He's hitting cleanup for him. Dave Nilsson, the young first baseman. Darryl Kyle, Charles Nagy, Mark Leiter. A couple big names there, but not doing great. Where are they at? Starters ERA 5th. Yeah, they're more of a hitting team right now. Let's go over to the AL. We got the White Sox at 15-7. They got, of course, Frank Thomas. He's the best first baseman in the game. Robin Ventura, second best third baseman. Vince Coleman, I think he had 100 steals, yeah, 92 in this game with the Mets. 100 steals, caught 36 times. That's pretty good. 53 then last year, and he's 11 for 16. That's not great, but he's 32 now. He's still an 80 according to my scout, which is a high rating at all those. He's as good as you can get at all the running metrics. That's the White Sox. Blue Jays in first up here. They got Marquise Grissom. Jeffrey Hammonds was he the first? He was one of the first picks. 15th overall. Okay, that was back in '92. But I remember seeing him when they were doing the draft, and he was already good. He was like major league ready. So, and did they bring him right up? 93, I guess maybe was his first year. Let's check. Yeah, 93. So he did spend a year in the minors, but he was ridiculous right away in 93. Didn't win Rookie of the Year. Yeah, let's check that. Let's go to league history and where's like awards. Is it maybe history index? And awards. Here we go. Let's go to Rookie of the Year. AL, where are we at? AL award winners, I guess. Okay, here we go. Rookie of the Year. This is the whole history. Rookie of the Year was the third one, I believe. Chad Curtis. Chad Curtis was the Rookie of the Year. Slash 271, 339, 404, 16 jacks. And let's go to the NL. Well, okay, so hang on. That was what? That was 92? That was 92. Yeah, Edgar Martinez was MVP. Frank Thomas last year MVP. And Omar Ramirez of Texas, Rookie of the Year. Really good defensively. He must have had a good offensive year last year. Yeah, 123 OPS plus, OPS of 800, 13 jacks. Okay, interesting. Let's go to the NL. NL award winners. So Bonds for Pittsburgh was MVP twice in a row, then with the Mets. Jose Rijo and Fernandez Cy Young. Piazza in 92, Rookie of the Year. Oh, and then Al Martin, that's right. Al Martin of Pittsburgh, Rookie of the Year last year in 93. Hit 285, 13 jacks. Okay, well, coming off a 9-1 win, now we're playing Atlanta. Let's check them out. Where are they at? Yeah, we moved them to the east. They were in the west in real life, which was weird. It's just because there weren't enough teams and stuff. So it's not perfect. Like we got the Reds in the west. Um, the Cardinals, but that's not too terrible. Yeah, Reds though, but it's because all these other teams are very eastern. You know, I mean Chicago and Cincinnati are close. I think Chicago's a little bit more east, I believe, than Cincinnati. So anyway, yeah, that's close enough. I mean, that's how we're gonna do it. We could always realign it if needed in the future. Because another caveat we have in this game is if you, I'll have to double check the rule. I believe it's if you finish in the last two in your division, either last or second to last, for like 3 years in a row, then the fourth year you're out of there. I believe it's something like that. Um, yeah, I guess I can check here. Let's check here. I don't think this is showing up on the stream because I pulled up the blog. What do I say here? I'm looking. If a team finishes in second to last or last place for 4 years in a row, okay, so I didn't specify whether that's in their division or league. We're gonna say the league because here before that I say, but the caveat here is the league will do contraction if any teams are bad for a while. I'll make that decision. If a team finishes in second to last or last for 4 years in a row, year five they'll be gone. Perhaps their spot is swapped for a new expansion team, or it'll be contraction like in real life they were gonna do with the Expos, um, and they'll be out of there, and then it'll be like a free agent draft. Free agents get auctioned off, and real life, Out of the Park has a cool free agent draft function, so I would just schedule that prior to the free agents filing. Okay, so they have quite a bit of leeway. 4 years in a row, you can't be in the bottom two. Um, I guess of the league. I don't know. It'll kind of just be like if I feel like they're not winning, like, hey, they're not trying to win. Now, I know in the game they're supposed to all try to win, but, we're trying to make this realistic. That's like, hey, we feel like there's an owner that's not winning. Then the commissioner's going to come in and put the kibosh on it. All right, so we're playing the Braves. They're in last right now, 9-13. They got Don Slott. He's pretty decent. Tony Phillips is good. Pendleton, top five third baseman in the game. Very good defensively. Not great. Well, I got a low scout on him. So according to, oh, here's an average scout according to my scout. Very good though defensively. Um, yeah, okay. Ratings wise, offensively, all these Gold Gloves though. Look at this: 92, 89, 87. Was an MVP in 91 right before we entered into this sim of 92. So he's hitting fifth for him right now. They got David Justice at cleanup. Mariano Duncan in at short, even though Scott Leas is apparently better than him right now. Well, he's ranked as a second baseman in this game, so he's just probably below Tony Phillips, but they're playing him at short. Deion Sanders, not in the lineup currently. They got Tony Phillips in the left. Interesting. Robbie Thompson at second. Okay. Smoltz is their ace. They got Reynoso, who is about to go right now. So okay, let's keep an eye on our mail here. Just see if we got any big transactions going on. Looks like no. Here's the scout on the Braves. Eichhorn is one of their is their best player, their closer. Then you got Smoltz, Justice Pendleton, Tony Phillips. We got David Need going against Reynoso, Erickson against Trinidad, Sutcliffe against Smoltz. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna sim the series right now. We got to win 6-2. Ooh, lost in 13 innings and lost 3-4. Shoot, couple close ones. We'll just check the latest box score in each one of these. Broomfield leading off. I'm meant to check if he's still stealing a lot. They got Soho hitting second. Now I can't recall. Am I doing the lineups or is my manager doing it? Let's check. Looks like I am. I have it set on me. He allows me to do that. My manager Beck. That's not Rod Beck. He was a player. Let's check the waiver wire. We'll see a lot of pitchers here. Could be guys that I check out. McElroy is decent. He's 26. I mean, there's some decent guys here. It might be kind of time for like a little bit of a reorder. Like we got our numbers don't look that bad. Draper's been getting rocked. He's still a closer. I guess I'm sticking with him. Terrible stuff, but good movement and control. Couple saves. I mean, I don't know how many he's blown. I guess we've only won 6 games. Let's view, what is it, expanding pitching stats that show blown saves. Is it number 2 even? Expanded stats 2? It's around here somewhere. Here it is, blown saves. Blown 3 of them already. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's not doing well. He's pitched 8 innings, got a 13 ERA. Jesse Cross, they've used him as a closer once. I'm good with that. Let's go Cross to closer. I like doing 8th plus or later, like bring him in the 8th. That's fine. We're going to put him as high leverage. Draper should not be a high leverage guy anymore. Let's just put him as a middle reliever. They can use him as they feel needed. Blair still is one of the setup guys. Graham Lloyd, I mean, yeah, he's solid. Let's go setup and specialist. He can also, let's have them both set at 7th or later. Nagel, middle relief, not doing great. Brad Holman, 11 innings, 231. He's kind of a long relief guy, 35 stamina. Wow, look at that movement according to my scout. Let's go secondary, maybe high leverage also. And then maybe Bill Wirtz, secondary setup. I like that. Rivera, been pitching okay. Yeah, Reed pitched well last time. I mean, we're going to stick with these guys in our starting rotation. Let's check the lineup, though. Here's our OPS plus. We got some guys doing all right. Melvin. Let's go to a right-handed versus right-handed batters. We do not have interleague play in this game. That might be something we add. I think that's a good idea to add eventually. Nieves, though, doing really well. He's not real fast, so I don't want to lead him off, but he's got some pop. So yeah, I like him hitting 3rd or something. Actually, what my philosophy on this is the real life philosophy, or at least not philosophy, the real life data, which shows based on your best OPS players, you want your best guys in the 1 and the 4 spot, then the 2, then the 5, then the 3. So your 3rd best hitter, or your 3rd batting order is like your 5th best hitter. I don't follow it exactly to the T because I'd like more of a on base guy leading off. If he's got some speed, that's good. Like Brewer doesn't have speed, but he does have good contact and he gets on. Nieves doesn't really have speed. He's more of a power guy. So I like, well, Spires, what's his on base? Spires 321. Let's go Brewer first. I like Nieves 2. Chili Davis, who's leading my team in jacks? Davis and Nieves. Let's have Davis at cleanup. Yeah, Spires 3, that's fine. And then I guess we'll go like, yeah, Livingston or Hernandez, Soho, and then yeah, we had Broomfield leading off. He's down in the order now. He's just not getting on base a lot. Might even go Brian Jordan in for him. They're alternating every game, so I like that. Yeah, okay, that looks good to me. Let's ask my manager to generate a depth chart based on these lineups because I had just been altered. They're still kind of doing that, like alternating Hunley and Hernandez since neither of them are doing great, alternating Ferris and Soho, uh, Rupp and Spires. I think I'd rather keep Spires as regular starter right now. Jordan Broomfield, I'm good with that. Brewer, let's keep him in as a regular starter. There we go. Okay, so I like that. Let's copy these over to versus lefties. And let's check out Chicago. About to play Chicago. Here's the power rankings. Blue Jays at 18 and 7. Stros 17 and 8. Twins, White Sox. Where are we? We got to be dead last. We are. Let's check. What's my scout? Does they have an update? Oh, we got today off, so we'll have one after this on the Cubs. We got a 2-game series. So they got Sandberg, Tino Martinez, John Smiley, good starting pitcher, Ray Sanchez, one of their better players. Let's check them out. What are they? They're 13 and 12. Yeah, Tino, Sandberg, couple good players. Aaron Boone is a shortstop, 30th best prospect in the game right now. There's John Smiley, their ace. Looks like we're facing their 3 and their 4. Peaver, a young pitcher, 22. Zach Krislock, 23. Okay, I feel like this is a good winnable series. We are at Chicago. Let's sim it out. A 2-3 loss. Shoot, they got one in the 7th to take the lead. At least we're pitching okay there. And a 7-2 win. Looks like we had this one the whole game. 4 runs in the 3rd. Let's check their guys here. Frank Menachino hitting cleanup. Or is that 5th? Hitting 286 though. Mel Hall having a decent year so far. Who did we face? We faced Chris Locke, knocked him out of the game after 2 innings. And Rick Reed getting the win, giving up 10 hits. Only 1 walk, though. He's a high control guy. Only gave up 2 runs, down to a 4.89 ERA. Jesse Cross coming in, not getting the save, but at least finishing the game. He's got a great ERA for us. Brewer leading off was Ofer, still hitting over 300. There's Melvin in the 2 spot at 3 ribbies. 5 jacks, man. He's coming along, looking good. Chili Davis, 4 jacks, 17 ribs, 3 hits. There we go. See, we're sticking with these guys. Bottom of the order, really not producing. Got a lot of guys hitting under 200. Let's take a glance at our minor leagues. We're the Charlotte Tyrants is our AAA team. Got a lot of guys hitting real well. Catcher, Tyler Houston. It's not a bad idea to bring up a catcher. My catchers are not producing. And Tom Wilson, who has a 70 potential. He's not even close to his potential right now, but he's hitting real well down there. Over 100 at bats, hitting 340. Man. So those are looks like 2 catchers are my best guys. After that, an outfielder at 40 at bats. There's a shortstop with 84 plate appearances. Joe Basusi, I don't know. Kevin Mass. Wasn't he on the Cubs at one point? I knew he was on the Yankees too. Let's go to real life stats. Maybe it was just the Yankees. Yeah, just the Yankees. Never Twins at one point for a brief year. Kind of bounced a lot back and forth between the majors and minors. But he's doing all right as an outfielder. Craig Counsell, infielder. So we do have some guys. Yeah, Pratt. I got 3 catchers right now. Pratt's just not had a lot of chances. In fact, his ratings look okay. I guess he's not great defensively, but we do have some good good potential young catchers. Carlos Hernandez only 26. He had a good spring training. Maybe he's not that impressive. Hunley might be a better guy to stick with. I like his home run power. Maybe we should start going with Hunley more often here, and maybe Pratt start giving him more chances instead of Hernandez. Let's do that. We might move. We'll keep Hundley fifth. He's got good home run potential. We're gonna go maybe Pratt like every third game. Sounds good to me. Um, so we're gonna have to then go Hernandez in for Hundley here. We're gonna move him down. Let's copy this for lefties. Getting ready to play a series against the Dodgers. My guess is they're pretty good, I think, still. Are they not? Let's see. They are third in the West, 15 and 12. Pedro Martinez, their top player, is closer. Yeah, he's a stud. Mike Piazza, Tony Gwynn. I mean, they're good. They look good. Maybe they're starting pitching, with all these guys out. Saberhagen and Estacio are out, but still Jose Guzman pitching well. Kevin Gross doing okay, not great. Pete Harnish doing well. I mean, they got good names. They look pretty good. This will be a tough series. They have a good farm team. They got Escobar, the 19th best prospect, pitching especially. Steve Woodard, top 100 at 44, and then another pitcher, even though he's below 100. All right, let's make sure our lineup is good. Yeah, we got Hundley in now. I'm not gonna bring anyone up yet, but we're getting maybe close. Like Ferris, Ferries. I don't remember how you say his name. He was barely up. I mean, I recognize him, but this is real life stats. 3 years. Anyway, he's a beast at potential first base, and he's a beast at second. He's pretty good at short, so he's more of a defensive guy. So I don't want to just look at the OPS, but we need to hit. I mean, see where we're at. Where are we defensively? Usually it's at a hitter's ballpark, it's not very good, and it's not. It's 12th. Zone rating and defensive efficiency and errors. That's not last. I believe 14th is, right? Yeah, 28 teams. So runs against, starters ERA, we're last. Bullpen ERA, at least we're not last. On base percentage, we're almost last. Yeah, we got to hit better. We got to hit better and get starting pitching. But again, we're young. Needs 25, Rivera's 26, Reed's 29, Erickson's 26, Sutcliffe's the only veteran. All right, let's sim out this series. We're going to do the whole series. 7-5 win. Stott Livingston out for 3 days, just moderate. That's fine. Is this a 4-game? I think we got a 4-game series. 6-1 loss. It's all right. If we can split, I'll be happy. Let's get a win here. Guarantee us a split. We do. 3-2 win. Let's check this one out. That's our 9th win of the year. We're bouncing back. We're doing much better than how we started. Brewer's still leading off. I like that. There's Melvin. He's hitting 300 with 5 jacks. Spires, no home runs, but hitting third, 280. Chili Davis, 4 jacks. Not a high batting average. Livingstone, Broomfield. Okay. Is Hundley in here? Yeah, one for 4 today. He's got 3 homers. But our pitching was outstanding. That's what I like to see. Rick Sutcliffe, the veteran, 1 earned run. Willie Blair getting the hold, Cross with the save. I like him at closer. Hershiser got the loss, even though he pitched well. Pedro Martinez came in a close ball game, walked a couple guys, didn't strike anyone out though, didn't give up any runs. So Dodgers are looking good. I'm glad we at least got the split. Let's get the series win here. Oh, a 10th inning, 1-0 loss. Man, that's brutal. We only gave up 1 hit. Oh, so was it a solo? It must have been a solo shot to win the game, right? Yeah, and a Mike Piazza with a walk-off jack. We had 6 hits. Man, that's a tough one to lose. Shoot, Spires with a couple of hits. It was a pitcher's duel by all sense of the definition. Rivera 0-4. He has not gotten a major league win yet with us. Pete Harnish pitching great, the shutout, combined shutout, him and Pedro. So now we face the Giants. Yeah, I meant to maybe check that waiver wire a little closer. There's a lot of releases here going on. I think it's because we only have 3 minor leagues, AAA, AA, single A. So like they get full and they're like, see ya, just release guys. I mean, they must sign guys too here, right? Like unless they're, I don't know, all these guys are getting released. Like our teams, I'll check that. I don't know what's going on there. Here's the power rankings, newest one. Blue Jays, White Sox still, Expos, Astros. Caught stealing while playing right field. That's an interesting stat. Lofton at 2. Robbie Thompson is out for the season. Ooh, for the Braves. Here's player of the week. I like looking at that. Carlos Garcia of the Marlins. Wow, if he can hit, he's outstanding defensively, second baseman. And in the AL, we got Bernie Williams. He's young in this game, 25 years old. Have we seen a batter of the month yet? I don't think so. Looks like Larry Anderson going to be retiring after the season. Julio Franco getting his 2,000th hit with the Mariners. How old is he? 35. Looks like that's kind of the only main. Is this the player of the month? This is another player of the week. Maybe I guess we haven't maybe hadn't had a month. Eric Anthony with the Marlins. Wow, they've had 2 players a week. Good for them. Carlos Baerga. So they've had Eric Anthony and Carlos Garcia. Okay, what were we gonna check? Yeah, all these our teams. Let's go to like, can I click on Florida here? I'll just pull them up here. Okay, we'll go to Atlanta here. Atlanta, let's look at their minors. Okay, so they're not full, but they're not, they're not dumb. They're not stupidly empty, I guess you could say. Um, what about some other teams here? Cubs. Let's look at their minors. Yeah, they're basically full. Okay, I'm feeling good about that. Indians, full. So, yeah, I don't know what's with all those releases. Oh, you know what? I bet when they sign a minor leaguer, it doesn't show up in the transactions. That's got to be what it is. So just all these guys are getting passed around. That's not Brandon Webb. It's Ben Webb. Brandon Webb's still a ways away in this game. Let's look at the leaders. Frank Thomas hitting 417, Lofton, and then Garcia for Florida. Here's Sosa with 12 jacks, Bonds, and then Albert Bell on Baltimore. RBI, Sosa, Bell, Baerga. Clemens up there in ERA. There's Gardner for Florida. Florida's got the good young team right now. Well, Gardner's 32. I shouldn't say young, but I guess young because it's their first year as an expansion team. Alex Fernandez in wins, tied with Donovan Osborne on the Yankees. And then Tommy Green for the Phillies, leading in strikeouts. He's got 1 an inning, basically. 50 and 51 innings. Yeah, how about those Marlins? They're 16 and 14. Wow, in their expansion year. Not a lot of great talent, but Garcia's the 13th best second baseman. Finley he's 29. I remember passing him in the expansion draft because he's a free agent after this year and he's on pretty good money. Maybe Marlins are trying to go after it now, whereas I'm kind of like I'm taking the patient approach. Can I see their owner? Here's their owner. What's his deal? He's demanding, charitable. He wants profit. I guess I can't see like his goals per se. I don't think. But yeah, can I click on him? I guess I can click on him here. I don't know if it doesn't really show me anything else, but he might be wanting him to win. He's demanding. I forgot my guy. Let's check my guy out here. Maybe I can just do it this way. Yeah, here he is. Jeff Prendergrass. So he wants a top 14 prospect by 97. That should be easy. Branyan, I think, might get up there. He might be up to the majors though before he reaches that point. It says right now he's around 60, but again, the latest rankings had him over 100. Don't suck completely. Okay, yeah, that's debatable right now. That's by 94. Build your farm to a top 6 farm team. Currently 25th, was 26th. We're not last, okay? And then he wants to make the playoffs by 99. Wow, so definitely Definitely patient. Yeah, tolerant. Patience is tolerant. Penny pincher apparently. Meddling. Okay, well, I haven't noticed that much yet. Wants to win, and he's real excited right now. He's ecstatic. Expects me to reach the playoffs. Surely that's not this year, but I mean, he says don't suck completely in the next couple years. All right, let's see. What are the Giants about here? Well, first, there were some good pitchers on the waivers. I don't know if they're still there. Draper, do we send him down? Man, he's 27. He's just not looking good though. He's only at 8 innings or whatever. So I guess we'll keep him around, but he's not he's the one blemish here in the bullpen. How about my AAA pitchers? How are they? Really only one starter, so then they just fill in the blanks as they go. That's Jim Abbott. How's he doing? He's above average, 118 ERA plus. So he could be someone we think about bringing up. I do like, yeah, his ratings are okay. He's like, I mean, I guess slightly below average, but compared to my other pitchers, I think that's pretty decent, unfortunately. Like, well, Rivera looks good. Again, he's one of my top guys. There's Sutcliffe, doesn't look good. Oh, that's let's go back to starting pitcher. Rivera, Rick Reed, good control, but otherwise below average. Dave Need, right around average. And that was it, I think, for my starters, huh? I feel like I missed someone, didn't I? Erickson. Yeah, right. Similar to Abbott, right around average to below average. He's angry right now. He's very popular, so that's good. I believe what's he angry about his performance? I believe my team, uh, my front office, my popularity is, yeah, as an expansion team, 100% fan interest. So I'm really not that concerned with keeping guys just because they're popular. Like we can afford to let them go. But this is giving us money. I mean, look at this. We got 23 mil for extensions and 20 mil available, like I assume for free agents and stuff next year. So once we get through this year, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Here's extension. Here's guys that are free agents. Don't have a ton of them. SB's in AAA. He's not looking great. Rick Reed. At this point, I would definitely not re-sign him, but we'll see. Especially not for 2 mil. Sutcliffe, 37 years old, same thing. Kevin Mass, maybe. I mean, he's got some power. And Scott Champerino, maybe. He's pitched 8 innings, hasn't given up a run. So, I might bring him up when the rosters expand. What was the rule that I did on that, by the way? I cannot remember. Let's go to rules. I think it's just normal. It is 40-man expanded roster September 1. Okay, let's keep simming here. I want to make progress, get a chunk of games knocked out. Let's check out the Giants. So they got Ben McDonald. Yeah, we checked them out already a little bit. Seemed like good pitching, some good names. John Burkett, David Wells. Jim Gutierrez is what he came up. He pitched 19 innings last year, and he hasn't had any decisions or anything this year. Uh, what's his deal here? Sam looks like this is his first start, maybe, huh? He was with AAA. What is this? I want to go back to basic pitching stats. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, 94 was just in AAA, so he's coming up for the first time. Rod Beck is their number one player. Otis Nixon, Jeffries, Clayton, and Burkett. Let's sim out this series. This is a 3 or 4 game, I'm not sure. 2-0 loss. Looks like a 4-game series. And a 4-2 win. Let's check out the win. Brewer, 3 for 4, 326. Melvin Nieves having a good year still. There's Spires. We hit him third, yep. And then Chili Davis at cleanup. Low average, but 4 jacks. Yeah, he's been struggling. Here's Hunley, 1 for 3. He got a hit. Still the bottom of the order. We're trying to figure that out. Need getting the win. 2 earned runs. Cross getting the save. Like to see that. He's solid. He's been solid. Okay, let's see if we can at least split by getting the win here. Take the series lead. 1-2 loss. Man, what happened? Eighth inning, they got one, and we couldn't answer. They held us to 5 hits. We gave up 10. Erickson with the start. That was against Burkett. Is this next game now against, or did we just face, was our win against their rookie with his first start? Erickson pitched great. Blair gave up a run, but it was not earned, so he got the loss. He did have 2 walks. And then Graham Lloyd, I'd like to see us use him a little more. What's he at? 9 innings this year? I could click use more often. We're going to do that because it says he's like one of the best relief pitchers in the game right now. Oh, well, I guess he's on 7th or later, so I'd have to have him as a middle relief and then click use more often. I like keeping him as a setup guy and a specialist. Okay, let's sim out this last one. See if this is against their rook. 7-2 win. Was it? No, David Wells. So I think our second game that we got the win must have been against him. This 4-2 win. Todd Worrell. Nope. Maybe they decided not to go with him. Was it this loss that we had? Nope, that was Ben McDonald. So, yep, we did not face him. But we split with the Giants. Happy to see that. Looks like they let off Broomfield. I'm okay with that. He's extremely fast. Extremely fast. He just wasn't getting on base earlier. So they decided to leave him off this game. Hundley with another hit, creeping that average slowly up. Brian Jordan got 3 jacks, only hitting 188. But, maybe we go with Jordan a little more. Let's do that. We had been alternating him. Let's go Jordan over Broomfield. And maybe Broomfield like every third game. Let's do that. So Jordan for Broomfield. Broomfield every third. Let's go 4th game. Give Jordan like 3 in a row. Okay. Let's check out Houston. We'll sim that out. Then I'd like to look at where the standings are at again. So Houston, we've seen them a bit. They got Sosa, Trammell, Luis Gonzalez, Darryl Kyle, Mike Maddox is their closer. We aren't looking at AL teams by doing this. So let's do the standings right now. Blue Jays, we got a good idea of them. Tartabull, Olerud, yeah, Alomar. They're hitting. They're first in runs scored. Runs against, they're 5th, so still not bad. 2nd in bullpen ERA. 6th in starters ERA. A couple real good pitchers, though. Cone and Juan Guzman. I mean, those guys are solid. High stuff guys. Striking out a lot of people. Brian Harvey, 9 saves, has not given up a run all year. Wow. So that's the Jays. Red Sox are in 2nd. Yankees have dropped a little bit because I thought they were up there in the power rankings. Ishmael Valdez, 17th ranked prospect. Where is he? Is he in the pen for him? I don't see him in the starting rotation here. Oh, he's hurt right now. He's out 4 to 5 weeks. So he had 48 innings for him, 4 and 3. So he was starting. Norm Charlton, great closer right now. Not rated real high, but a .55 ERA. Where are they at? 6th in runs against. Not great in pitching metrics. 3rd in runs scored. 3rd in OPS. Mo Vaughn, Blauser, he's been good in this game. Was an all-star in 92 and a Silver Slugger. Yep. Silver Slugger and all-star in 92. Valentine, Ron Gant, just a lot of solid players. Mo Vaughn's real good, hitting 3rd for him, the traditional 3rd. So that's the Red Sox. I'll glance at the Yankees here. Why not? They got Manny. That's right, Manny Ramirez. Did they sign him? I think might have been a trade. His potential is crazy high. He's still doing well despite not being real close to his potential. Last year they played him 43 games. I shouldn't say quite a bit, but he must have come up toward the end of the year. He was doing real well in AAA. Came up at the end of the season, I assume. And this year doing much better. He's already eclipsed the at bats that he had last year. They got him hitting 2nd, but he's a real good young player for him. In fact, yeah, I think he was a top prospect in this game. named the #2 prospect in the MLB at 92. So they're waiting for him to pan out and reach his potential. He's only 21. Bernie Williams really good, seventh best center fielder in the game. Where are they at? They're third in batting average, eighth in OPS, eighth in runs scored. So not a great offense yet. Pitching wise, fifth in starters ERA. Yeah, Melindo Perez is good. Donovan Osborne, yeah, 6 wins. I mean, so they look like they're close. They're just not really getting it done right now. White Sox in first over in the AL West. So yeah, we got. I know it's kind of in the East we got the Cubs, in the West we got the White Sox. Are they on the west side of Chicago? That would be cool if so. I don't know. Otherwise, we could always switch them. Put the White Sox in the NL East and the Cubs in the AL West. So anyway, here we got White Sox. They're third in on base percentage. Sorry if you can hear my dog whining there. You need something, big guy? Go lay down. I think he's just bored. Runs against their first, starters ERA their first. Jason Beer having a great year. Alex Fernandez, yeah, they got a great starting rotation. Bullpen ERA eighth, not great, but their starters ERA, that is what is helping them be in first right now. Twins, 4 games behind them. Shane Mack, Ricky Henderson, pretty good left side of the outfield. Even Joe Carter, as far as the name goes. But yeah, 93, he wasn't very good in this game, and he's not doing real well at all right now. So he's kind of on the down slope. He's 34. We got Sheffield, their third baseman, third best third baseman in the game. Ricky Henderson, yeah, third best. What are they at here? Looks like third in home runs. Yeah, they're kind of below average in all these other offensive categories. Below average in starters ERA. Bullpen ERA is okay, fifth. All right, let's sim out this series against Houston. 5-0 shutout. That's what I'm talking about. Ben Rivera. Great to see that happen. No walks, 4 hits. Got a sub-3 ERA. 7-1 win. So we win the Houston series. They're 23-13. Great for us here. Who did well? Hundley is 0 for 3. Yeah, I mean, we're sticking with him for now, but we got some decent catchers in the minors we might need to bring up. Start giving those guys a shot. Luis Sojo bumping that average up. It's over the Mendoza line now. Oh, I'm looking at the same game. Here's the 7-1 win. Okay, Brewer. Wow, a lot of guys with multiple hits. Brian Jordan, they decided to hit cleanup. He's got 3 jacks. Went 2 for 4. There's Pratt. He got the start. He's hitting 278. So not the power Hundley has. Ferries 4 for 4. Wow, still only hitting 187. But good for him. Maybe we make him a starter after that. See if he can keep staying hot. Rick Reed getting the win, his third win of the year. Only giving up 1 earned run. So we're going for the sweep now. We got the series win. We got Soho switching off with Ferries. What's Soho's? Let's go to Major League. What's Soho's OPS? Below Ferries. Neither of them are very good. So let's start Ferries. Let's make him a regular starter for now. Still hit him at 8th. Okay, there we go. And they can work it out as far as pinch hitters go. So here we go for the series win, or the sweep, I mean. And we get it, a sweeping the Astros, who were coming in at 23-12, and in first place, right? I think, weren't they? Maybe not anymore. Yeah, they are. They still are. Only a half game up now. Wow, big series for us. Probably the biggest series of the year. What did David need? Didn't pitch great, didn't pitch bad. 2 earned runs in 6 innings. Three total runs, 6 hits, but our pen came in and shut him down. Blair, Lloyd, Cross. I like that combo. Great job, guys. Mark Leiter getting the loss. Danny Batista leading off for him, still hitting 300, shut down. Sosa, enough this series. He was still 2 for 5, but he struck out twice. No RBIs. Okay, now we play San Diego. Here's the latest power rankings. Blue Jays, White Sox, Expos, Giants, Red Sox, Astros. We knocked them down a little bit. Who leads in walks while playing first base? Thomas, Milligan, Herbeck, Palmeiro with St. Louis. Here's a player of the week. NL Ben McDonald. Was that pitcher of the week maybe? Is it just player of the week? Looks like pitchers because here's Dwight Gooden of Cleveland. So now we play the Padres. Scott Sanders, Jose Melendez, Gardner. Not a lot of big names here. How are they doing? They're 14 and 23. Okay, we're hot. This is a very winnable, if not sweepable series. Look at their averages, terrible. No one hitting even really close to 300. A couple guys at 270. What are they good at? They're like us, not really good at anything. They're decent at base running. Their defense is actually pretty good. So let's see how that compares. Where are we at now? Have we moved up? Moved up a little bit in these offensive categories. We're not in double digits anymore. Third in home runs and stolen bases. Defensive efficiency up to 7th. Starters ERA, I think that was dead last, wasn't it? Now it's 13th, so we're not quite dead last. Okay, let's sim out this series. Looks like a 3-game series. This will be the last one, then I'll take a little break here. I'll jump in with updates on the blog and later on, maybe with a video. So 1-5 loss, then we win 1-0. Ooh, big win there. Both of us battling for, we got our 15th win, battling to stay out of last place, I'm guessing. Yeah, here's our lineup. Looks decent. There's Pratt coming in, getting 2 hits. I might start starting him. Over here, I mean, just not impressive lineup for the Padres. Jamie Moyer pitched great, got the loss. Rick Sutcliffe pitched even better. Only 1 walk, 6 hits. This is going to be it for him. I mean, I kind of just took him on. I think wasn't he better? I don't, let's check his scouting. Yeah, I mean, it dropped a little bit there, was one of the reports. So yeah, he was a little better, I guess, not that much better. Kind of just looking at his accolades. I think I signed him. Yeah, we signed him as a free agent. I think he had good numbers. Yeah, he did. 1993 with Cleveland, 134 ERA plus, a sub-3 ERA. So kind of like was singing, hey, it's worth a shot. Maybe he's got another good year left in him. And he's actually above average right now by 9%. So he's not doing bad. I mean, he's 37. I can always release him if he starts doing bad because we're not going to re-sign him next year. Cross with his 6th save of the year, a 106 ERA. Here we go. Who can win the series? Oh, and San Diego does a 6-0 shutout. We had a decent amount of hits. We had 8 hits, but we got shut out still. I meant to start Pratt. Hundley did get a hit. We're going to change that, though. Pratt's going to be the regular starter. Hundley will maybe start every 4th game. Ben Rivera getting hit. He does at least have a win. He pitched great that last game. We're going to keep sticking with him as our pitcher of the future, hopefully. Yeah, Nagel came in, didn't do great, gave up a run, a couple hits. He hasn't been doing great this year. Okay, so Pratt, we're gonna go Hundley every 3rd game. I guess Pratt hitting. Well, he's one of our better hitters right now. I'm good with him staying fifth. So let's copy this lineup and depth chart. You know what? It's going to be quicker to just do it this way. Pratt for Humley. Okay. Well, there we go. That's what we got for today. So we're not quite as bad as we started. We're at 15 wins. We're still in last. We were battling to stay out of last with the Padres. Um, that's where we're at. That's where teams are at. Thanks for following along. I'll sim out a little bit more here, but not on video. And then I'll update either in the blog and or on video later on. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.